Say, what would surprise me about this organization? What would surprise me about how they consume research? What would surprise me about whatever? And you're going to get a level of insight that you would not have gotten from, tell me about your company. Because surprise, again, eliminates those bias.
And so in the business line, what surprised you is incredibly valuable, because if I see another piece of market research that comes to me, which is a nice smooth curve and shows this trajectory over time and says, yeah, this is a good investment, there's no opinion in there. There's no insight in that. So I yearn for the moment when a market researcher comes to me and has an opinion and says, here's what I noticed, not just here's what the data says. And a lot of times what they notice but they're afraid to say or don't think it's appropriate to say is what surprised them.
We don't want to wait 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or a year to give someone feedback on what worked well and what didn't. So if I'm doing that already, and then I've got the performance review, then I've got to rehash something with someone that didn't do something that we talked about months ago, just to fill in the blanks.
The longer you tolerate behavior that's not consistent with your core values, or it's unproductive to the morale of your staff, you lose credibility.
I leave a voicemail for all of our employees every weekend, and I've been doing it. I've never missed a weekend, and I've been doing it since December of 1999. And sometimes it's what's going on in the business. Sometimes I went to a conference and it's something I learned, or whatever else. And people love feeling that. And the thing that's great about it for me is no matter how many people we have, I figure I'll still be able to leave a voicemail.
How do we turn from a project-based compensation structure to more of a retainer-based structure with on-sites? I think, Stan talked about outsourcing the process so that we insource the thinking. I agree to a certain extent about that, but I want you to be thinking for us as well.
Market research as a function inside the business and as a source of information is only reaching effectively about 10% of the value of customer-related decisions made inside large organizations today. So that leaves an enormous gap between potential and the aspiration of those businesses. No business wants to be unfocused on its customers or wants to act based on guesswork about what its consumers or customers want and need. But they're effectively forced to do so today because our delivery model isn't actually addressing the scarcity that is present today, which is time.